Presidential cars may appear to be ordinary vehicles cruising down the highway, but beneath their sleek exteriors lie some of the most advanced and heavily fortified machines on the planet. These mobile fortresses are symbols of national pride, cutting-edge engineering, and unyielding security. Like something straight out of a James Bond film, these cars shield heads of state from gunfire, explosions, and even chemical attacks, ensuring their safe arrival wherever duty calls. Well, much like James Bond, the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, too is, or rather was, a spy, and has a penchant for luxury cars. So much so that Russia's new presidential security car has shocked the United States. Today, we'll unveil all the shocking details and specs that will leave you speechless. The Aurus Senate. President Putin's car, or the Aurus Senate, blends opulence with state-of-the-art security features. Developed under the auspices of the Cortege project, this vehicle symbolizes a significant shift from reliance on foreign luxury cars to domestically produced state vehicles. Initiated in 2013, the Cortege project aimed to create a unified platform for a range of vehicles, including sedans, limousines, SUVs, and minivans, tailored for Russia's top officials. The Aurus Senate, the flagship model, made its debut during President Vladimir Putin's inauguration on May 7, 2018, marking the first time a Russian president used a domestically produced limousine for such an event. This move represented a strategic effort to showcase Russia's engineering capabilities and reduce dependence on Western automotive technology. And you'll see that the car is much more than what it appears to be. The development of the Senate was spearheaded by the Central Scientific Research Automobile and Automotive Engines Institute in Moscow, with significant contributions from international partners. Notably, Porsche Engineering and Bosch played pivotal roles in the development of the vehicle's powertrain and electronic systems. Production of the Aurus Senate commenced in September 2018, with initial manufacturing taking place at facilities in Yelabuga and Moscow. By 2021, full-scale production was underway, with an annual output of approximately 120 units. Plans were also made to expand production to a former Toyota factory in St. Petersburg, aiming to increase capacity and cater to both domestic and international demand. The vehicle's price point positions it as a competitor to luxury brands like Rolls-Royce and Bentley, with the civilian version starting at around 18 million rubles, which is approximately $245,000. But this is only the base version, not Putin's car. While the Aurus Senate is a product of Russian engineering, it has not been entirely free from foreign dependencies. Between 2018 and 2023, Russia imported automotive parts worth at least $34 million for Aurus production, with nearly half sourced from South Korea. This reliance on imported components highlights the challenges Russia faces in achieving complete self-sufficiency in high-end automotive manufacturing, especially amid international sanctions and supply chain disruptions. In 2024, the Aurus Senate received a facelift in time for President Putin's inauguration. The updated model featured design enhancements such as L-shaped daytime running lights, matrix LED headlights, and a more harmonious rear design with rectangular taillights and a chrome strip. Inside, the vehicle was equipped with a new NAMI infotainment system, improved camera systems, and a night vision feature. Looking ahead, Aurus Motors plans to expand its lineup to include other models like the Commandant SUV and a convertible version of the Senate. These developments aim to position Aurus as a formidable player in the global luxury automotive market, offering vehicles that combine Russian heritage with modern engineering and design. The brand's evolution reflects Russia's broader strategy to assert its technological capabilities and reduce reliance on Western products, particularly in sectors deemed critical to national pride and security. So, what does the car actually have to offer? Mind-blowing features of President Putin's car. At the heart of the Aurus Senate lies a formidable 4.4-litre twin-turbocharged V8 engine. This power plant delivers an impressive 598 horsepower and 880 newton-meters of torque, ensuring that the vehicle's substantial mass does not impede its performance. The integration of a 62-horsepower electric motor further enhances its capabilities, contributing to a hybrid system that allows the Senate to accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in approximately 6 seconds, despite its armored weight exceeding 6,500 kilograms. This remarkable feat is facilitated by a 9-speed Kate R932 automatic transmission and an all-wheel drive system, ensuring optimal power distribution and traction. The Senate's interior is a sanctuary of opulence and advanced technology. Premium leather upholstery, meticulously crafted wooden inlays, and polished metal accents adorn the cabin, creating an ambiance of refined elegance. The dashboard features a digital instrument cluster seamlessly integrated with a central infotainment touchscreen, providing intuitive access to the vehicle's myriad functions. Rear passengers are treated to lounge-style seating with power-adjustable, possibly massage-enabled, seats separated by a fixed console housing climate controls and fold-out tables. Entertainment screens mounted on the back of the front seats, ambient LED lighting with multiple modes, and a customizable cabin color scheme further enhance the passenger experience. A privacy screen can isolate the rear compartment, ensuring discretion and comfort for its occupants. Safety and protection are paramount in the Aurus Senate's design. The vehicle boasts VR-10-level ballistic protection, capable of withstanding armor-piercing rounds and explosive devices. Its armor includes bulletproof glass, reinforced body panels, and an explosion-resistant fuel tank. An integrated fire suppression system, air filtration for chemical and biological threats, and a self-contained oxygen supply system ensure occupant safety in various scenarios. The Senate is also equipped with run-flat tires and an emergency exit system, allowing for continued mobility and egress under duress. Advanced driver assistance systems, including adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, automatic emergency braking, and pedestrian recognition, further augment its safety profile. The standard Senate S600 measures 5,630 mm in length, while the extended L700 limousine version stretches to 6,030 mm. Both variants share a width of 2,020 mm, with heights of 165 mm and 1,695 mm, respectively. The wheelbase extends to 4,300 mm in the L700, providing ample interior space. Despite its size, the Senate maintains a road clearance of 170 mm, balancing accessibility with its protective features. The vehicle rides on 20-inch bulletproof wheels fitted with 255/55 R20 tires, ensuring durability and performance. The car is not simply impressive, it has also cemented diplomatic ties. Notable diplomatic moment. In June 2024, Russian President Vladimir Putin made a historic visit to Pyongyang, marking his first trip to North Korea in 24 years. This visit was emblematic of the deepening ties between two nations, increasingly isolated on the global stage. Russia, due to its ongoing invasion of Ukraine, and North Korea because of its persistent nuclear ambitions and human rights violations. Amidst this backdrop, Putin gifted North Korean leader Kim Jong-un a luxury Aurus Senate limousine. The two leaders were seen taking turns driving the Aurus Senate, a carefully choreographed display of camaraderie and mutual respect. This act was a strategic move to solidify the burgeoning alliance between Russia and North Korea. The gift of the Aurus Senate transcended its material value, serving as a potent symbol of Russia's willingness to forge closer ties with nations willing to challenge Western hegemony. The timing of this diplomatic exchange is particularly significant. Russia, facing extensive sanctions and international condemnation for its actions in Ukraine, has sought to strengthen relationships with countries similarly ostracized by the West. North Korea, with its history of defiance against international norms, presents a strategic partner in this regard. The Mutual Defense Pact signed during this visit further reflects the depth of their cooperation, with both nations pledging to provide immediate military assistance to each other in the event of aggression. However, this alliance has not gone unnoticed by the international community. The United States and its allies have expressed concern over the potential for North Korea to supply Russia with artillery, rockets, and ballistic missiles for use in Ukraine, despite existing sanctions. Both Moscow and Pyongyang deny these allegations, yet their actions suggest a concerted effort to circumvent international restrictions and bolster each other's strategic positions. The gift of the Aarhus Senate also highlights the complexities of international sanctions. While Russia aims to showcase its self-reliance through the production of the Senate, the vehicle incorporates components sourced from countries like South Korea, raising questions about the effectiveness of sanctions and the challenges of achieving complete independence. Following Putin's North Korea visit in February 2024, Kim returned the favor. Subsequently, North Korea deployed troops to support Russia in its war against Ukraine. The country's military units played a significant role in aiding Russian forces in recapturing the Kursk region. This deployment was part of a strategic treaty between Pyongyang and Moscow. Both Russian and North Korean sources praised the performance of the North Korean troops, despite reports of heavy casualties due to lack of advanced equipment. Estimates suggest that North Korea sent approximately 11,000 to 12,000 troops to Russia, including elite units such as the Storm Corps. These troops were involved in combat operations in the Kursk region, where they faced significant challenges due to unfamiliar terrain and modern warfare tactics employed by Ukrainian forces. Reports indicate that more than 3,000 North Korean soldiers were killed or wounded in the conflict. In response to these heavy losses, South Korea's National Intelligence Service reported that North Korean troops had been withdrawn from the front lines in mid-January 2025. However, by early February, North Korean forces were back in action in the Kursk region, following a temporary withdrawal. All of this made possible by the gift of a car, among other things. But the car is only a symbol. It actually represents the presidential protocol in Russia and abroad. Presidential protocol in Russia. Domestically, the Aarhus Senate serves as the centerpiece of the Russian presidential motorcade, a role it has fulfilled since its debut during President Vladimir Putin's inauguration on May 7, 2018. Developed under the Cortege project, the Senate replaced the Mercedes-Benz S600 Pullman Guard, signaling a shift towards Russian-made state vehicles. The limousine's design pays homage to the Soviet-era ZIL limousines, with a retro aesthetic that underscores national pride. The operation and maintenance of the presidential fleet fall under the purview of the Special Purpose Garage, or SPG, a division of the Federal Protective Service, or FSO, established in 1921. The SPG is responsible for the secure and efficient transportation of the president and other high-ranking officials, coordinating logistics, vehicle maintenance, and security measures. The presidential motorcade typically includes a combination of escort motorcycles, support vehicles, and communication units. These are all meticulously arranged to ensure seamless movement and protection. When the president travels abroad, the logistical complexity increases exponentially. The Aarhus Senate is transported to foreign destinations via heavy-lift cargo aircraft, such as the Ilyushin Il-76 or Il-96, operated by the Russian Air Force. This practice ensures that the president has access to his secure and familiar vehicle, regardless of the host country's provisions. For instance, during President Putin's visit to Helsinki in July 2018 for a summit with US President Donald Trump, 2 Aarhus limousines were airlifted to Finland ahead of his arrival. Similarly, during his state visit to Vietnam in June 2024, a fleet of 7 Aurus vehicles, including the Senate limousine, was transported to Hanoi to facilitate his movements. The transportation process involves meticulous planning and coordination. The vehicles are secured within the cargo hold of the aircraft using specialized equipment to prevent movement during flight. Upon arrival, the SPG oversees the unloading and preparation of the vehicles, ensuring they are operational and secure. The motorcade is then assembled, often incorporating local security forces and vehicles to complement the Russian contingent. This integration requires close collaboration with the host nation's security services to align protocols and ensure the president's safety. The deployment of the Aurus Senate abroad serves multiple purposes beyond transportation. It acts as a tangible representation of Russian technological capability and self-reliance. By showcasing a domestically produced, high-security vehicle, Russia communicates its resilience and innovation to both allies and adversaries. Moreover, the presence of the Aurus in foreign capitals reinforces the president's stature and the nation's prestige, contributing to the ceremonial aspects of state visits. The Aurus Senate has also played a role in Russia's diplomatic engagements, serving as a symbol of goodwill and strategic partnership. For example, in 2019, then Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev presented a white Aurus Senate to Turkmenistan's President Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedow, who expressed interest in acquiring a fleet of Aurus vehicles for official use. The production and dissemination of the Aurus Senate are part of a broader strategy to establish Russia as a player in the global luxury automotive market. Manufactured at facilities in Yelabuga and Moscow, with plans to expand production to a former Toyota plant in St. Petersburg, the vehicle is positioned to compete with established brands like Rolls-Royce and Bentley. The civilian version of the Senate is also perfect for exporting to markets in the Middle East, China, and beyond. This way, Russia aims to diversify its economy and project soft power through industrial excellence. The Aurus Senat embodies the intersection of national identity, technological ambition, and diplomatic strategy. Its role in presidential protocol, both within Russia and internationally, extends beyond mere transportation, serving as a mobile emblem of the nation's aspirations and capabilities. Through meticulous planning, strategic deployment, and symbolic gestures, the Aurus Senate reinforces Russia's presence on the world stage, asserting its sovereignty and resilience in the geopolitical landscape. But how come the president insists on such a meticulous protocol? Well, as it so happens, he has a very good reason. Assassination attempts at President Putin and the lessons learned. Throughout his tenure, President Vladimir Putin has been the target of multiple assassination attempts. These incidents, spanning over 2 decades, have prompted significant advancements in security protocols, intelligence operations, and the development of specialized protective measures. One of the earliest known attempts occurred in 2000 during a summit of the Commonwealth of Independent States in Yalta. Ukrainian security services uncovered a plot involving 4 Chechen nationals and several individuals from Middle Eastern countries. The conspirators planned to assassinate Putin during the summit, but the plan was thwarted following a tip-off, leading to the arrest of the suspects. 2 years later, during a state visit to Azerbaijan, an Iraqi man with alleged links to Afghan and Chechen rebel forces was arrested for plotting to kill Putin. The suspect intended to deliver explosives to a co-conspirator to carry out the assassination. Both individuals were apprehended and later sentenced to 10 years in prison. Later that year, Russian authorities discovered 40 kilograms of explosives planted along a motorway near the Kremlin, intended to detonate as Putin's motorcade passed. The explosives were disguised by individuals posing as road maintenance workers. Upon discovery, the president's route was altered, and the devices were safely removed. In 2003, British anti-terror police in London arrested 2 men suspected of plotting to assassinate Putin during an official visit. One of the suspects was a former Russian Secret Service agent, and the plan involved a sniper attack. The arrests were made following intelligence provided by Alexander Litvinenko, a former FSB officer who had defected to the UK. Almost a decade later, a significant plot was uncovered in 2012 when Russian and Ukrainian security services arrested Adam Osmayev, a Chechen national, in Odessa. Osmayev confessed to planning to assassinate Putin after the Russian presidential election. He was subsequently sentenced to prison. Another decade passed, and in May 2022, Ukrainian intelligence chief Kyrylo Budanov claimed that an unsuccessful attempt on Putin's life occurred in the Caucasus region shortly after Russia invaded Ukraine. Details remain scarce, but the incident underscores the persistent risks associated with geopolitical tensions. The most recent reported attempt was in May 2023, when 2 explosive drones targeted the Kremlin in Moscow. The drones were intercepted and destroyed, and no injuries were reported. The Kremlin labeled the incident an assassination attempt by Ukraine, though Ukrainian officials denied involvement. These repeated threats have led to the implementation of extensive security measures. Putin's personal security is managed by the Federal Protective Service, or FSO, a powerful agency responsible for the protection of high-ranking officials. The FSO employs advanced surveillance, counterintelligence, and protective tactics to ensure the president's safety. One notable aspect of Putin's security is the use of the Urus Senate limousine, a domestically produced, heavily armored vehicle designed to withstand various forms of attack. The limousine features bulletproof glass, reinforced bodywork, and advanced communication systems, serving as a mobile command center. Additionally, Putin is known to employ food tasters and has his water tested multiple times daily to prevent poisoning. He also maintains a team of elite snipers and bodyguards trained to detect and neutralize potential threats. These measures reflect a comprehensive approach to personal security, shaped by the numerous attempts on his life. The assassination attempts on President Vladimir Putin have significantly influenced Russia's security strategies. Each incident has prompted enhancements in protective measures, intelligence operations, and the development of specialized equipment. These efforts reflect the challenges faced by world leaders in ensuring their safety amidst complex geopolitical landscapes. But Putin is not alone in insisting on traveling in style. Other presidents do so as well. Comparing the Urus Senate with other notable presidential vehicles, the Urus Senat directly competes with other heavyweight contenders such as the United States, the Beast, and China's Hongqi N7001, each representing the distinct approaches and priorities of their respective nations. When compared to the United States presidential limousine, colloquially known as the Beast, the Urus Senate both competes and contrasts in significant ways. The Beast has been the presidential state car since the Obama administration and was famously used by President Donald Trump as well. Manufactured by General Motors' Cadillac division, this limousine is built on a heavily reinforced, custom-built pickup truck chassis, making it considerably heavier, weighing approximately 10 metric tons, nearly double that of the Urus Senate. Its massive frame contributes to unparalleled protection and durability. The Beast is equipped with titanium and composite armor plating, bulletproof glass that is approximately 10 centimeters thick, and doors that weigh as much as those of a commercial airplane. Its tires are Kevlar reinforced and run flat, capable of continuing to function even if punctured. Defensive features include smoke screens, tear gas canisters, night vision systems, and fire suppression technology. The vehicle's electrified door handles can deliver electric shocks to potential attackers, and onboard medical equipment includes refrigerated blood bags that match the president's blood type, alongside an integrated defibrillator. The engine powering the Beast is a diesel V8 designed for torque and reliability, although exact specifications are classified. The limousine requires specialized training for drivers due to its size, weight, and handling characteristics. The presidential motorcade accompanying the vehicle includes backup limousines, armored SUVs, mobile command centers, and support vehicles, creating a mobile fortress. In terms of sheer weight, the Beast outweighs the Aurus Senate by nearly 4 metric tons, which implies different design philosophies. The US prioritizes maximum protection and redundancy, while Russia seeks a blend of protection with agility and performance. The Beast's emphasis on state-of-the-art security technology and extensive medical preparedness makes it arguably the most secure and well-equipped state car globally. Its cost is classified but estimated to be in the tens of millions of dollars, reinforcing its status as a pinnacle of protective vehicle design. The Chinese counterpart, the Hongqi N7001, provides a compelling third point of comparison. As China's premier state limousine, it embodies a mix of traditional luxury and modern hybrid technology, signaling China's ambitions to lead in both automotive innovation and geopolitical symbolism. Developed by FAW Group's Hongqi Red Flag brand, which has historically supplied vehicles for Chinese Communist Party elites, the N7001 was officially introduced in 2022 and showcased at high-profile international events, including the G20 summit in Indonesia and bilateral visits to Russia and other Asian countries. Measuring nearly 6 meters long, over 2 meters wide, and featuring a 3.5-meter wheelbase, the Hongqi N7001 is designed to offer a spacious, 4-seat interior with a lavish cabin. The central console draws inspiration from the Aurus Senate, indicating some cross-pollination of design ideas or shared standards of luxury and technology. Powertrain options were initially speculated to include V8 or V12 engines, but recent confirmed details reveal a 3-liter V6 hybrid setup combining an internal combustion engine with an electric motor. This hybrid system delivers approximately 462 horsepower, less than both the Aurus Senate and Rolls-Royce Phantom, yet it represents China's push towards greener and more efficient automotive technologies, even at the highest levels of government transport. The Hongqi N7001's armor protection is reportedly extensive, with spy photographs revealing thick armor plating and particularly reinforced windshields, although exact specifications remain classified. Production is limited to just 5 units per year, with a government order securing the supply for the next decade, emphasizing the exclusivity and importance of this vehicle for Chinese statecraft. Presidents, especially presidents of powerful countries, use such lavish cars for several interconnected reasons beyond mere transportation. First, these vehicles serve as mobile symbols of national power, technological prowess, and political stature. A presidential limousine represents the dignity and authority of the office, signaling both to domestic audiences and foreign dignitaries the strength and stability of the nation. These cars often incorporate elements of national design, materials and engineering, showcasing domestic capabilities and fostering a sense of pride. Second, security considerations necessitate highly specialized vehicles. Heads of state face persistent threats ranging from assassination attempts to terrorism and kidnapping. Consequently, these cars are designed to be impervious to bullets, explosives, chemical attacks, and electronic eavesdropping. The armored shells, advanced communication systems, and integrated defensive mechanisms provide a safe environment for the president to travel even through hostile or unpredictable situations. Third, the integration of sophisticated technologies transforms these vehicles into mobile command centers. The ability to maintain secure communications, coordinate with security teams, and even provide emergency medical support means that the president is never isolated or vulnerable during transit. In some cases, like the Beast, the onboard medical supplies ensure immediate treatment is possible without relying on external assistance. Moreover, the extravagant design and luxury interiors reflect the need for comfort during long journeys or diplomatic missions. Finally, the motorcade that accompanies these limousines further extends the protective envelope. Backups, decoys, communications vehicles, and rapid response teams form a coordinated unit designed to respond instantly to any threat. The Aurus Senate's blend of high horsepower and relatively lighter weight suggests a priority on performance without sacrificing protection. Its domestic manufacturing routes fulfill Russia's strategic goal of self-reliance, particularly amid geopolitical tensions that make reliance on foreign vehicles a liability. While the Beast remains the gold standard in raw protection and technological integration, the Aurus Senat aspires to match or exceed these capabilities with Russian innovation. The Hongqi N7001's hybrid powertrain and limited production, on the other hand, highlight China's evolving approach, balancing tradition, environmental concerns, and symbolism in one package. Its presence on the global stage at summits alongside Western and Russian vehicles illustrates China's emergence as a superpower with a distinct identity. These vehicles are not just modes of transport. They reflect geopolitical aspirations, technological ambitions, and leadership styles. So, what's next for Putin's presidential car? Future updates to the Aurus Senat. The Aurus Senat is presently a heavyweight contender in the global presidential vehicle arena. Its protective features extend to chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear defense, including an airtight cabin with an independent oxygen supply, sealed doors, and systems designed to resist explosives and sabotage. The car functions as a mobile command post equipped with encrypted communication lines, night vision systems, and thermal imaging. However, the evolution of threats, ranging from advanced electronic warfare to drone attacks and electromagnetic pulse hazards, drives a continuous push for innovation. Looking toward the near and mid-term future, significant updates to the Aurus Senat are expected across multiple domains. Firstly, powertrain enhancements are already underway, with Russia's automotive engineers exploring hybrid and fully electric options. The current gasoline V8, while powerful, is not optimized for stealth or energy efficiency. A hybrid powertrain combining the internal combustion engine with electric motors would provide silent driving modes to reduce acoustic and thermal signatures, crucial in covert or hostile environments. Moreover, an electric or hydrogen fuel cell variant would offer resilience against fuel supply disruption, an essential consideration during wartime or siege scenarios. The prototypes with hybrid drivetrains are already in testing phases, with projected deployment possibly by 2027. From a material science perspective, future Aurus Senat models will likely integrate next-generation armor composites. Researchers at the Russian Federal Nuclear Center in Sarov, working in partnership with automotive engineers, are developing lightweight ceramic metal matrix composites and graphene-enhanced ballistic armor. These materials promise to reduce the vehicle's overall weight by up to 20% without compromising protection levels, enabling faster acceleration, improved maneuverability, and extended range. Advances in self-healing coatings capable of automatically sealing microfractures caused by small arms fire or shrapnel could also be integrated, enhancing durability in extended conflict scenarios. Another major area of development is the vehicle's electronic warfare and countermeasure systems. The Aurus Senat currently employs encrypted communications and passive defensive technologies, but future versions are expected to include active electronic countermeasures, or ECM, designed to detect, jam, or hijack hostile drones, missiles, or remote-controlled explosives. With Russia's military investment in electronic warfare, evidenced by systems such as the Krasukar-4, engineers aim to miniaturize and adapt similar technologies for presidential vehicles. These ECM suites would feature radar jammers, laser dazzlers, and radio frequency blockers. The sensor suite will also see upgrades. Building on the current night vision and thermal imaging, future Senate models will include LiDAR, or light detection and ranging systems, and multispectral scanning capable of detecting incoming threats in a 360-degree radius and under varied weather and battlefield conditions. Such systems, linked to autonomous driving capabilities, could enable the limousine to execute evasive maneuvers automatically if the driver is incapacitated or in emergency scenarios. This feature is under active development in Russia's defense industry under programs like ERA, a driver assistance and vehicle autonomy project. Speaking of autonomy, while today the Aurus Senate requires highly trained drivers due to its size and weight, future iterations may incorporate full or partial autonomous driving capabilities. These systems would rely on artificial intelligence algorithms that process data from radar, LiDAR, cameras, and inertial navigation to drive safely even in complex, urban or battlefield environments. Autonomous driving in presidential vehicles is a growing trend worldwide, as evidenced by concept models from Germany and the USA. A critical and often overlooked dimension is the vehicle's role in doomsday or wartime scenarios. The Russian government considers the Aurus Senate part of a broader state continuity plan, ensuring the president remains mobile, connected, and protected even during nuclear or large-scale conventional conflicts. The limousine's protection system is designed to safeguard occupants from nuclear fallout, chemical agents, and biological threats. This involves an airtight cabin with overpressure filtration systems sourced from developments in Russia's space and military medicine sectors. Future updates will likely improve filtration efficiency with nanofiber materials and automated atmospheric monitoring to detect airborne toxins instantaneously. In a nuclear conflict or a full-scale war, the Senate would act not only as transportation but as a mobile command hub. It will be capable of establishing secure satellite communications independent of terrestrial networks, using quantum-encrypted communication channels currently under Russian development to prevent interception or hacking. Looking even further ahead, several futuristic technologies could revolutionize the Aurus Senate's capabilities. One of these is the use of electromagnetic armor or active protection systems, which employ strong electromagnetic pulses to disrupt incoming projectiles or shaped charges. Another promising advancement is the integration of energy weapons for active defense. High-energy lasers or directed microwave weapons mounted on the vehicle's roof or sides could neutralize threats such as drones or rocket-propelled grenades before impact. Russia has made strides in laser weapon development, demonstrated by the Peresvet laser complex, which could theoretically be miniaturized for vehicle use within the next decade. One thing is for sure, the future Aurus Senate will be far more than a mere limousine. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Did you like this video? If you did, please consider liking, dropping a comment, and hitting the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on our new uploads. Also, don't miss this video you see on your screen right now. It's truly unbelievable.